live.
Hey, YouTube family.
YouTube.
I guess we're pretty close up enough to, we don't look like we're in the back of the bus.
I think it should be good. Let
Good.
me see if I can see us. I'm gonna check the sound.
So that cuts off. What if you open that
I
up?
can see. What?
Like if that opens up, like in YouTube, you open up the view, or does that still just cut us off because we're on the phone?
Yeah, you're not going to be able to change that on here.
How's it look now? Sideways?
Yeah.
Okay. I gotta try it.
Yeah, we don't look cut off to me.
Right on here?
Mm-mm.
No, we're all in there. It's just not close up, but we're in there.
All right.
Just wanted to check our sound.
Check.
Yeah,
1, 2.
yeah. Our sound's good. Even my low voice is good. I can hear myself.
Ooh, that light is
It is
beaming.
bright.
I can't even look.
Oh God.
Can we maybe lower this here? Sheesh.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know. I guess this is it. You know, there's no dim on it, or
What you can probably do, can you position the light? It doesn't have to be right shining in our face.
that's what I'm trying to do is adjust
As long
it.
as it keeps the room lit up.
Can it move without the light moving? I don't know. I don't never use this one.
Let's see.
I'm loosening that.
No, I don't think I've ever moved the light only. But the settings are back here. Let's see. 'Cause good gracious. Does it feel like it got less brighter? 'Cause I just turned down the percentage. It doesn't feel like it's as bright. Let me see.
Take it. All right, E, you take over. We thank you for still connecting with us. We trying to get things together.
We live in action.
I mean, it don't get no more inspiring than this.
Right.
Yeah, this is first. Yeah, you can leave it. You can leave it right on that red one.
On the red one?
Yeah,
How we look?
look good.
Okay.
Good to me. This is going live for the first time 101.
Mm-hmm.
And action.
Action. Oh, we have 6 people here.
Welcome. Thank y'all for joining.
Let us know if you can hear us in the comments. Drop a 7 or a key. Drop a key in the comments if you can hear us clearly.
But now people gonna be looking for the key.
Good. Drop a key if you can hear us clearly. Hey, we just dropped. Hey, okay.
Keys dropping.
Keys
Okay.
dropping.
All right, Jay. Thanks for the key.
Successful.
Thanks for the key.
Successful. We appreciate y'all, definitely.
Welcome to a first live on YouTube. See, we did live when we first launched Chosen Live on Instagram, but this is our first time on YouTube. So welcome. Welcome, everybody.
Thank you, everybody. We assume that y'all have been rocking with us for a little bit now. We opened the doors January 1st. We are a multimedia company. our goal is to inspire you. We are health and wellness. We are spiritual. We tackle all the areas that are plaguing our people, and so we're thankful that y'all are with us and supporting us, and so if y'all have any questions for us, we're here. But this is basically a get to know. We like to hear from y'all who's out there supporting us and who's out there rocking with us. So definitely much love to everyone there.
Yes.
And if you haven't already, please like and subscribe to us on YouTube. And you can hit the bell for notifications so anytime we go live, because we will be doing this again, you'll be notified in advance. And also, go to our website, www.chosenlot.com, because we have a newsletter that comes out bi-weekly that's so informative, has so much great information on health, wellness, spirituality, and stories of our people that you may have not known that we bring to light. So we would love for you to join our we call it the Lot community.
Mm-hmm.
And like my cousin O said, if you put in the comments any questions you have, we'll see if we can answer some questions for you guys.
Definitely.
Yeah. And we put on our Instagram for it to be geared towards health and wellness, both physically and spiritually. It will be based on our experience. We're not professionals, so to speak, in any area, but we're professionally living life.
Yes.
So we've learned a lot, and we have a lot of wisdom that we can share with you. I know that we, as far as spiritually, we can share our testimonies. Physical aspect, we have testimonies as well. I am a certified holistic specialist in wellness, so I can help out with any of those as well. So let us know if you have any questions. And when my cousin said, we do our newsletter and we highlight facts, historical facts about our people. We are talking about so-called Black people when we say that.
Mm-hmm.
There are major disparities when it comes to Black people as far as health and wellness, having access to health and wellness things. So while our information that we give is universal, we do want to advocate for our people, because not very many are advocating for our people to get inspired, to begin to live a better life, physically, spiritually, a well life. So we do highlight that, and it is important to us. So,
Definitely. And if you're not so-called Black African American, this will apply to you also, because if you're out of shape, get in shape. If your life is kind of in turmoil, we say seek the Heavenly Father. If there's things that you want to change in your life, to pull up Chosen Lot, because we're looking for people who are willing to take this journey with us. Nobody here has already accomplished the goal of super fit or super healthy, but that's what that's the goal we're trying to attain.
exactly.
So we ask you to take the ride with us. So, but yes, we are all of the Black American culture. That is our race. So we're really geared to our people, because not a lot of information is out there. Not enough information is out there toward our people in these areas. So we want to tackle that, and we need your help to do it. We need y'all to support us, and we have on our newsletter, Lot News, as my cousin was saying, there's a community spotlight. if you're doing something in your community, you're doing something that you feel is worthy of a spotlight, that you're helping out, we would definitely more than welcome if you would reach out to us. We can spotlight you and let everybody know what it is you're doing, and prayerfully they will follow suit. We're all striving to do the best we can, so we need y'all basically. So yeah, I don't know if anybody has any questions, but we got a grown man vlog dropping this evening, probably late tonight, maybe you see it in the morning, but I do a segment called Grown Man Vlog, which is on Chosen Lot YouTube, and basically it is a testimonial of the trials and tribulations that I've gone through in my life, and depending on me to get things done. It impacted my life as a father, as a husband, as a son. So, like I said on the new one, dropping episode 5, I was not in control. I was doing a lot of things that was hurting me and hurting the people around me. So thankfully now that I don't have the wheel, my Heavenly Father has the wheel, things have, changed a lot for me. So prayerfully, the people who are with us, the people who are listening to me speak could be of, I'm more so gearing to men, but women too, if you receive from it. The younger crowd, I'm hoping that they learn not to do the things that I did as I give testimonies, and then the ones that are my age or older, you don't want to fall into that trap of your second childhood, that you're continuing to do things you did as a youth and nothing's changing. So, prayerfully it helps those that are out there listening. So check us out, and my cuz is definitely going through a series on change your diet, and he is actively in a fast right now. And all y'all out here, trying to get healthy, he's doing it right now. He's doing it, so y'all can be doing it with him. So he can definitely let you know what's up.
No, the change your diet is going well. Made it a series, just like my cousin has the Grown Man Vlog. We have the Change Your Diet series as well, where we try to encourage people, like he said, to take the journey with us to change your diet. How the idea of changing your diet, I hear a lot of people saying the same 3 words on different pages, but how it came to me about changing your diet was conversation I was having with family about all the people that was just all of a sudden starting to lose all this weight, and you found out that they were on this Ozempic. They were on the Ozempic. Now, Ozempic is a diabetes drug.
Boy.
People who don't even have diabetes was taking the Ozempic shots just to lose weight.
Right.
So that's where the whole campaign of no needles, no pills, just change your diet came from. Change your diet is probably the long route. Ozempic might be the short route. And I'm not knocking anybody that's on pills and on needles, because some people have to take them for their, some people are type 1 diabetes, some people are type 2. Mm-hmm. But you can do this if you're not prescribed by a doctor. You can lose weight without popping pills or without shooting up drugs with needles that may harm you. They don't know the side effects of this down the line. Right. And I've heard a few side effects. I'm not going to rattle them off all now because I don't have them in my head, but from that Ozempic.
It's funny because I looked them up.
You do that?
I was just about to look them up. I looked them up.
Because Jazz, the nutritionist, she's on the job, so she might be able to rattle off some of the side effects to Ozempic. But like again, I said, I'm saying, not knocking anybody who's on it. If that's your route, that's your route. But you can achieve the same results by just changing your diet. It may take a little longer, but you will feel better, and you won't go through the withdrawals and the different side effects that my cousin's about to rattle off now.
Right, because like you said, changing your diet is longer, but it's sustainable. And with that comes changing your mind, changing habits. It becomes a lifestyle. You know, like we said, we're not knocking anybody. We're just stating facts. And according to WebMD, it says some of the side effects for Ozempic is a headache, crankiness or anxiety, hunger, dizziness, confusion, drowsiness. Some others say burping, gas, bloating, loss of appetite, vomiting, heartburn. When you eat whole foods, this stuff, you might have some gas, but all this other stuff is not going to happen.
Right.
You know, and I think you sent us a live or some video. The doctor that was on Sway in the Morning, I think he said the thing about Ozempic is if people just reduce their calories, you wouldn't need it.
You wouldn't need it.
All Ozempic does is make people feel like they're not hungry.
They're not hungry. Exactly.
But then in the long run, which this drug is new, these are the side effects that they're saying now. But it can affect organs in the long run. They don't even know.
The problem with anything like that is you're gonna develop a dependency for it.
Right.
And the route that we're emphasizing is you're gonna develop a dependency on eating healthy, making better choices. The food is out here for us to consume, but it may take a little work to gather it, and it's gonna take a little work to stick with it. But all the things that are fast ain't friendly. You know, it's a little quicker to do this, a little quicker to do that, but in the long run, could be a lot more dangerous to the body. So, my cousin's doing this, and he has had the mindset that he's gonna do it all the way through. So, it just takes that mindset to develop new habits. And hey, look at us, we just regular people here, so we want y'all to do it as well, and join us as we make these videos. To comment also, tell us your journeys. What are you going through?
Yeah.
We love to hear it.
Right.
Because you've been diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, right?
Correct. Yes.
So, it just shows that you don't have to go the route that is being pushed in the mainstream media.
Right.
He has been diagnosed, but he knows the value of nutrition-based healing and is confident that he can do it.
And I can even give you true testimony.
Yeah.
So when I first got diagnosed, the first thing the doctor put me on was insulin because I was in an emergency state. So I did the insulin for a little while. Then he took me off the insulin, put me on metformin. But what happens with metformin is once your body gets used to it, it doesn't do what it originally did, or you're going to need a higher dose, or you're going to need to take more of it. And what I noticed, I would do a full body cleanse every year. I used to go through the company D Herbs, shout out to D Herbs. Every year I would do it was like a 21-day full body cleanse. While I was doing that cleanse, I wouldn't take any medicine, and I noticed my blood sugar numbers were at its best when I did that cleanse. Not even when I was on the metformin. Even with the metformin, my blood sugar numbers were still high. They weren't high through the roof, but they were still, higher than they were supposed to be. The only thing that brought those numbers down to with normal rates was when I was on one of those cleanses where I wasn't eating certain things and I was fully focused on my health. So that showed me that, you know what, this is the best route.
Right.
Now I know sometimes I go off the rails. I might have to, I've gone back to the metformin for a little while, then I stopped again. No, that was, my choice. But I know just from experience what actually controls that blood sugar. You know what I'm saying? So it's up to my discipline now.
Yeah. Right.
Can I stay disciplined long enough to sustain those good numbers?
Right.
Yeah, but that's powerful that you took the cleanse and you were on it and your levels got lower. So it's actual testimony of the power of changing your diet. So is anybody commenting? I don't want to not
We just got a bunch of haze. Hey y'all.
Okay.
Somebody said eat some KFC. No.
Eat some, you know what? I'm glad you said that. You know what?
G3 says eat some KFC. I don't know who G3 is, but
G3, I am so glad you said that. You know why? Because at one point in time, KFC used to be Kentucky Fried Chicken.
right.
And they actually sold chicken.
Mm-hmm.
They had to change their name to KFC. Look it up. I'm not just making things up.
I heard the same
They
story.
had to change their name KFC because they were not using chicken any longer.
Geez.
So you cannot put Kentucky Fried Chicken if you're not using chicken.
Oh my God.
So
I did
what?
not know
So
that.
so G3, I don't know what the G's stand for, but one of them might be gut, because if you eating that processed or that GMO chicken,
Hey yo.
I'll fall back, bro. I will fall back.
I did not know that.
Yeah, yes.
I did not know that. I can count on one hand.
They officially changed their name
Yeah,
to
they had to.
KFC
Mhm.
because they took chicken out of the name.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. Like
geez.
McDonald's cannot be called McDonald's burgers or something like that. Yeah, they cannot be called hamburger. They're just called McDonald's. You know, Five Guys, they're called burgers. Five Guys burger. You're actually using grade A meat, and that's why your burger costs
Exactly.
$15.
No burger should be 99 cents.
Hey,
I remember a comedian I used to watch, Daniel Tosh. He's like, I don't care. Your burger should not be 99 cents. There's no burger that should be.
there's bread, there's pickles, there's lettuce, tomato, and then there's ground beef. How do you get that for
How do
$1?
you get that for $1?
G3, check that out, bro. Check that out, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's real crazy out here with what they give us. I was just on the phone the other day, and I was saying, because I was working late and I was getting off late, and I'm like, man, I just want to stop and grab something.
Mm-hmm.
So in my mind, I'm thinking of my options. All of them were terrible.
Terrible.
All of them were terrible. And I'm like, there's nowhere you can go late night to get anything healthy. It is a wrap. And think about all the people.
I know one place.
Oh, yeah?
Home. You go home.
Yo,
You make your own.
that's a fact.
Make it home. Make it home. Hey, that is...
Make it home on your own.
And you know what? That's what I did. I went home. And
Oh.
thankfully I had some lettuce. I had some, I just threw a salad together. I tried to throw as much. I had some olives, cucumbers. I threw everything in the bowl, and I was satisfied. It's really this flesh that wants these things that hurt us. But these foods have so the same thing that makes you addicted to drugs.
Yeah.
these foods have the dopamine.
Dopamine.
Yeah.
The empty brain.
Yep.
It's amazing how you just get conditioned to eat certain things, and your body craves certain things to the point where you might not even be thinking about it, but if you saw a nice piece of cake or cookie, all of a sudden you're like, oh yeah, I like a piece of cake. Because you know what it's gonna taste like. It does taste good. I mean, it is what it is, but in the back of your mind, you know better. But we're so conditioned.
So conditioned, and like I said, I went through my mind, and they were all bad choices, and but that's what they make available for people. I made the decision to go home, like Cuz said. That's the best place to go. Go home, or preferably if you have maybe a little grocery store you can head to that's closing late. Grab some items and make your things at home. But most people don't. Most people want what's convenient and quick. And unfortunately, convenient and quick is detrimental to your health.
It's detrimental. But I mean, you do understand why, because it's hard working. You work 8, 10-hour day, 12-hour day. The last thing you want to come home is spend another hour preparing something. It's easier just to grab something real quick.
Yep.
That's why I think me and Cousin Jazz were talking a week or two ago about meal prepping.
Meal prepping. Word.
That was even with my elimination fast, I actually, one of the things I gave up was fast food restaurants. And I don't go to those much. But I had got caught out there because I didn't have my meals prepped. I had to go to work. Now I'm at work and I'm hungry. There's nothing else close by. The closest 3 things by me is Arby's, McDonald's, and Subway. I had to make a choice.
Right.
And I went to Arby's because they had a fish sandwich, and I was still eating fish at the time, so I went and I had a fish sandwich. But I still had to use the fast food place to do it. Unfortunately, because I didn't prep my meals in advance, and I wasn't prepared to go to work with my, with my meals. So that's a big thing is, prepping for the week. If you work a full-time job, or some people 2 jobs, and you know you're not gonna have time, whatever your day off is, if it's Saturday and Sunday, prep your meals for the week.
Yeah.
Have them in a bowl or whatever, and then that way you just gotta grab your bowl, put it in your lunch bag or whatever, and you don't have to think too much about it. I think it's easier that way.
I think I was almost a stumbling block for you because I asked you earlier if you wanted something, and that was considered fast food, wasn't it? The food I was getting.
Oh yeah, but no big deal. It was still good fast food. No, don't feel like stumbling block. You good?
Hey,
Good.
Jazz makes some great choices with even when she orders out, it's healthy.
Yeah. She found places that I didn't even know was nearby.
We got a question
Okay.
from Glow Up Digital Consulting.
Well,
Hey!
Shout out to Glow Up
Hey,
Digital.
real quick, before we even address the question, we are here right now because of Glow Up Digital Consulting.
Yes.
I can tell you that for a fact. We will not be doing this right here without Glow Up Digital Consulting. So click on, whoever's watching, click on it. You have some ideas that you want to get done and to take you to the next level. That's the man right there.
Yeah. Up your digital marketing, your digital space. Definitely hit up Glow Up Digital Consulting.
Definitely.
Okay. So it says, hey, thanks for being open to answering our questions live. What are some common health myths or misinformation you often hear in our community?
Ooh, that's a great question.
Well, I'll let Jazz do the technical part of that. I'll put you on the bus. But no, I wanted to just say that, didn't you notice that every time they talk about a health issue on the news, it always says that it affects us the most?
Yes.
And it doesn't matter what it is. Diabetes, high blood pressure.
We're number one in the spot where we want to be number
Right.
20 or something. We're number one in that.
It
Right.
always affects us more for some reason. Sickle cell, anything. It's always, African Americans are most, get this disease more.
Right.
So I don't know if that's true. Like the number, I never really researched the numbers to know if the numbers are true, or is that just them skewing and throwing it kind of on us? I don't know.
Well, I'm not going to get too far off. It seems like our people have usually been used to push any type of program or push any type of initiative. It seems like when you put us at the top of something, it gets more attention.
Right.
So maybe that's the reason. It's funny. It's interesting you asked that, Charles, because I was just on my job talking to someone in. He's one of the supervisors, so he had to check my bag. I bring a lunch bag, and he, ever since I had that decision to make, I bring my lunch bag now, so I got my food. I'm meal prep. So he has to check my bag, and he was like, "Man, you got fruit in here." And I said, "Yeah, I gotta carry my fruit." He said, "Man, I wish I was that disciplined." And I was like, "Oh, well, all praises. It's just something that I'm trying to be better about. I wasn't always this way." And so we got to talking about his health. He said, "Man, I just got back from the doctor and said my cholesterol's through the roof." And I said, "Man, what are you eating?" And he said, "Oh, no, I like to dabble, some burgers, and I love my bacon." And I was like, he eats pork now. And he was stating like, "Oh, well, I eat pork every now and then. It's not too bad." And I was like, every time you eat pork, it is bad. So I would touch on something like the myth of pork is okay. You know,
The
beef.
other white meat.
Yeah,
That's
beef,
what they say.
beef, chicken. You know,
Ew,
I think
That's what they used to say.
yeah, man, they used to call it the other white meat.
white
Yeah, they used to call it the other white meat. I believe beef, chicken, the turkey in moderation is good. I strongly believe pork at all, any pork of any type, is detrimental to your system. And the myth that they gear it towards our people is you know, pork has been eaten for however long time, and they don't tell you the factors that it can, all of what is heart, bad congestive heart failure, high cholesterol. And the biggest thing for me is pork has worms, people. Check pork. Check what it does to your body. You can check that when you're ingesting pork, there are worms associated with it. They have to put it under the microscope, but there are worms. So that would be my myth, is that pork is okay for you, and that is so far from the truth.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's so unnecessary.
it really is so many options. That's why I was telling them. I said, man, you know, I would really, if anything you cut out, cut the pork out.
Yeah.
You know,
Let's see how that turns.
how that.
And as I was saying before, that we're always the ones to be the forefront of any disease. That's part of the reason. It is our diet as well.
Yeah,
It's not just the numbers being skewed.
It's true.
We eat the worst.
We eat
Right.
the worst.
We eat the worst.
Worst.
And I was thinking about it the other day, literally. I said, is it that I don't know a lot of white people? Or is it that most of the black people I know have diabetes or high blood pressure? I was thinking about, I'm like, do I not know white people? Or is there a lot of black people with these things and I know all those black people? And because I couldn't think of a white person I knew that had diabetes, that had high blood pressure, that had anything like that. But I knew about 4 that had that.
Right.
And I was like,
I think it's a little bit of both. You don't know a lot of white people. but it is also true. It's also true that our people.
right, but then the white people I meet, they don't have any of those ailments.
Right.
Very true.
But we also gotta think about how our people, we live in what they call food deserts.
Yep,
And
yep, that's
you
it.
take it for granted. Like I love Harris Teeter. it's my store that's close by here, and it's probably one of the more expensive supermarkets. You can probably get less expensive foods in different ones, but I just like the convenience of it. I have a car, I can get there.
Right.
You know, all praises that I can afford the food, even though it's killing me right now. But at least I can say I can go in there and get what I need and not be, you know, terribly broke afterwards. But if you think about it, you take for granted that you can do that. There's a lot of people who don't have that car. So they have to walk to whatever the nearest grocery store is. And that might just be in New York, it was a corner bodega.
Yeah, right.
That was your store. That, you know, they didn't have a supermarket in certain parts of the Bronx, certain parts of Queens, certain parts of Brooklyn. So you had to walk to the corner store. You would get your eggs, your bacon, your everything would be right there.
They have the worst options in there.
Yeah.
It's all processed food.
Yeah.
All processed food in there.
So that's something we have to think about because, yeah, you're not going to find anything healthy at the corner store. You know, it's not like Whole Foods or, you know, anywhere. At least in the supermarket, you know, when you first walk in, the first thing you walk into is the vegetable section, the salads and everything. You know, now most people walk right past it and go to the cookie aisle.
True.
But
True.
I shop there first. When I go into the store, my first stop is to get everything healthy, and then I walk the rest of the store. So
That's such a good point about the food desert, and it's segmented in specific areas where our people are. It's just like redlining.
Yeah.
Red line
It's the same
for
thing.
health. Right.
Right, and it's not that they can't have supermarkets. You gotta wonder why they don't have them. Like
Right.
maybe a certain supermarket wanted to open up in that neighborhood, but didn't get the green light. You know, to go through all the red tape you have to go through
Right.
in the court system to get your the okay to put your store up there. So
right, that's true.
they may do that. That might be purposely. You know, we're not gonna let you put a supermarket in here.
Yeah, I think not even a mic. I think that is purpose.
Yeah.
But you, Jazz, what food myth?
I guess it's more like a lack of information, like detoxes. The marketing behind detoxes is, oh, get this package, start making this drink to detox every day. And while that is a good start, if you're just expecting cucumber infused water to override the donuts and fried chicken that you're gonna eat throughout the day, it's not a reality. So, or the chips or whatever it is that's a regular food item you eat that's processed and not a whole food. But a lot of times you'll look up something that's like, how do I detox? And that's all they'll give you is that information. Just buy this, do this, but they don't give you the full package. I personally believe the best way to detox is to fast. Fast. That is literally detoxing. That is literally the body is not taking in anything else that it needs to break down, absorb, try to work something with amongst all the line of things in the colon and the intestines. I remember I shared with my dad, I think I shared with you, Arrow, that our intestines is almost like a DMV line. You got three people.
Not DC, Maryland, Virginia. The Department of Motor Vehicle.
Well, every other place in the United States calls the DMV except Maryland. Maryland is the only place that doesn't call it.
You're right.
So, you go in there, there's probably 3 people working, and there's a whole line of people. So think of that whole line as our colon. And each time you meet someone and leave, that's a bowel movement. But people are still going in. And you still haven't cleared out the queue. So the best way to detox is don't let anybody else in. Let's work and clean outlets up in here. And then...
And just about how long is that line? How long is that line?
So our the small intestines. Our intestines are about 28 feet. 28 feet.
Now I want y'all to do the, you know, black people. If we don't have a tape measure, we just gonna go out with our feet. We're gonna do this.
Right.
So I want y'all to do that with your feet. Go all the way to 28. And that's what's the intestine? Small or large?
I think that's the small intestine, but all together, because the large intestine is really big too, really long too. So
it's basically just wrapping.
About 30 feet or more of intestine.
My goodness.
60 feet maybe.
That's how much it has to travel to get to you. So
yes.
Tune into Jazz. She can give you extensive research on what you need to do to keep that area.
Because I'm right there with them. I gotta clear this queue. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm so obsessed about it. But yeah, that would be my biggest thing with detox. That whole term has been marketed the same way how people who promote workout plans, they'll say turn your fat into muscle. That is impossible. You cannot turn fat into muscle. You can burn off fat and build muscle at another time, but you can't even do both at the same time. You have to go on a journey where you're either losing fat or building muscle. You can't do both because it's a different caloric intake that's required for each one. So that's why they say it's a journey. So you can work on your journey of shedding fat, and while you're doing your strength training, you might be toning, but building muscle, getting growth in muscle, that's a whole nother journey.
All right, don't give it to them all right now. There's information here. Tune into the next live. You will get more of this.
Yes.
Because this is all things that we need.
Great question.
Great question, Globe Digital. I know that's not the answer you wanted, but it's what you needed.
Great question.
This has nothing to do with intestines, but you ever notice that DMV line, have about 50 windows, and there's only, like you said, only 3 people there working.
Right.
But there's at least 10 people in the other windows that's all on break at the same time for some reason.
All on
And that was at every DMV I've been to. So I said, that must be in their employee manual.
I think that's in the handbook. That's in the training. They know.
Remember that day show? Y'all seen that one where they did the joint? They were at the print shop.
Oh yeah. That was.
Everybody's the manager.
Everybody.
I am the manager.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, but that's a great point. The DMV line. I don't know what y'all doing, man, but it has improved. From when I was younger, it was you just knew already. There was no way we in the DC, Maryland, Virginia area, we called it the Motor Vehicle Administration, MVA, because everybody else calls it DMV. Mm-hmm. But cancel going on a lunch break trying to hit the motor vehicle. It's a wrap.
Pretty much your whole day.
That was your day. But recently, I had to get my license, and it took a little bit, but it was not as long.
Yeah, it's much better.
It's much better.
Now than
shout out to
back in the day.
Yeah, shout out to DMV. Y'all are doing a lot better.
Spending full days up in there.
Definitely. That was your day. You better take the day off. I think anything was gonna get accomplished. So, but yeah, man, we thank y'all for tuning in. Whatever it is, y'all can shout us out. Definitely, follow us on IG, TikTok. We're even on Fanbase.
Yeah.
We would love to hear from y'all. Questions, even on the newsletter.
Yes.
On www.chosenlot.com. We love to hear from you because with this type of business, we are the community. We do as the community does. So we love to hear any testimonials, and as we grow, you grow. We grow together with this. So we used to be a property preservation company. Fun fact.
Yes.
And great wisdom and idea from my cuz that we transitioned from that to multimedia, and I know everybody has their different opinions about it, but when we decided to do that, it really was a great transition, because now it was like we're actually doing something we want to do, and something that we're actively trying to do.
Yes.
The other job, and I don't know if y'all can relate to us with this, is you start a company, you start businesses just for money, and I'm not knocking anybody, because some of y'all out there made a lot of money and doing well. That's great, but it is a chore trying to do something you really don't want to do, just to pursue money. And I'm so thankful, that idea was presented to him and informed him, and that because it's now something that we actively enjoy doing.
We have a passion for this.
Yeah.
So, it's a great thing when you're doing what you love to do.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can make a living doing it,
Hey.
bring home a salary doing it, that's the plus.
Right.
That's the bonus.
They always say, whatever it is that is your passion, you can do it without getting paid and still feel fulfilled. Whatever you can do and you're not getting a check and you still giving 110%, that's your passion.
Yeah.
So pursue your passion.
Pursue your passion.
Yeah.
And, like my cousin said, just ways you can support us is going to our website, www.chosenlot.com, and
this is one of our
Tees.
Yeah.
T-shirt.
So we are selling merchandise.
Yes.
And we're about to put some new merchandise up.
Mm-hmm.
We started out with just t-shirts, but now we have mugs, and we're gonna have water bottles and beach bags and hats and a few other items that you can get the Chosen Lot logo and different Chosen inspirational sayings on them.
Yep.
So that's one way to support us.
All right now.
Another way to support us, and this is free. Join our lot community. Just go to the bottom of the website, put your name and your email address in there, and just support us that way and get that informative news that we put out every 2 weeks. Just having you in our community is great.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. We're trying to build that community up, and that will definitely help us push the business further.
Also, like Cuz said earlier, liking, subscribing, hitting the notification bell so that you're notified of any new uploads, and sharing. Share it to somebody that needs to hear this. Keep sharing, and get this message out there, and being the type of company that we are, the community it adds, like your idea out there is something we could be doing the next following week or something like that. So
Right.
we are very interactive.
Yeah.
And,
Leave your comments. We read them all.
Yep. Definitely. And we are doing this, and we are a spiritual brand also. We give thanks to our Heavenly Father. One of the shirts says all the glory, all the honor, and all the praise to our Heavenly Father. And we definitely love to inspire you to read the Word, read the Bible, and we do these things with that covering. That we are inspired that we can do anything. We can accomplish anything. That faith that we have is strong for our company, and so that's one of the things that we love to share with y'all too. So a lot of that is on Grown Man Vlog. So it's we get a lot with it. Don't let me not talk about the ancient kitchen. Oh goodness, man, we can't get off this live without talking about the ancient kitchen. If you want to get wheatgrass, pluck a leaf from the tree and make a burger, right here, my daughter got you.
Yeah.
All praises.
And I thought I saw that you hit a milestone as well. 100 subscribers.
Oh yes, I'm actually working on that.
100
Yes.
subscribers for Ancient
All
Kitchen.
praises. I'm actually working on that
Oh,
video
did
right
I-
now.
did I release
No,
that
no,
too
you're
soon?
good. You're good.
Ah,
I'm
I'm
sorry.
editing it right now.
Boom, boom, boom.
Let the cat out the bag too
No,
early.
you're good because it happened last September, and I recorded a video that I hadn't edited yet. So
Oh,
I've been
You've been 100 since September?
Yeah.
Oh, man, you got fast.
so I'm editing that video now. So be on the lookout for that.
Right,
All
all
praise
right,
Most
all
High.
right,
Yes.
Right.
Yes, so we have all that embodies the full body, the holistic being, spiritually, physically, is what we got because we are human beings. So please stay locked in for the journey. We pray it inspires you. We pray we can inspire each other. Thank you so much for tuning in and giving your questions. I wanted to give any other opportunity for a question. I don't see anything, so I think unless y'all had anything y'all wanted to bring out.
Chosen lot, the key to unlock
Inspiration.
Thank you all for
Thank y'all.
joining.
Check y'all on the next one.